Recording.
That was it.
It's the drugs in the water. It's turning the vampires gay.
So we decide on the book club to find out more info from the vampires who make up the club. So we're going to the book club.
That's a side question.
Gay vampires or drugs in the water.
Both.
So you were trying to make your way to the Universidad of Vallecas.
Indeed.
There was a Universidad.
Yes, we were. Yeah.
We were going to go to the book club.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I'm a lady.
Oh, hello.
I can't remember what you were looking for.
What have you got?
A book
There's additional information on
that
vampires,
was
wasn't it?
referenced in that other compendium of vampires about
Nesferatu.
Yes. What
What can turn vampires to Nesferatu, something like that.
turning
turning
corruption.
them back.
Corruption. It was a corruption thing.
the real one. Where's corruption in the blood?
Ah.
Cheers, sir. Oh, Joe, you're back. I should have done that. Who are you? Okay, what a star. Thank you, sir. The date, 25th.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
Oh shit, right. Does this bonus speed work? Yeah, it does. It should be fully charged. Also.
Why is it easier to do the voice for a lizard person than it is to do the voice for a female?
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady lizard.
This isn't a beard.
I'm lizard tits. They can't have breasts.
Dragon's teeth.
Dragon's teeth.
Where?
Let's see.
We've got to turn it on.
Party dragon's teeth.
President. It shouldn't be.
Then you're the
I
tech
don't need
guy.
it. Yeah.
You sure it's charged?
Nope.
Here we go. Right.
I always plug it in and then forget to turn it on, so it's usually just always on charge.
So, previously, you were investigating a mysterious case of Alice Klasky, a dock worker, an unregistered vampire who had gone missing. And in his place, several exsanguinated animals have been found. As a threat to the city of Vallecas as a whole, you were tasked with ending the threat. You briefly encountered him last session. But you restrained from violence, and
Some say worse than
We did.
He didn't.
Trusky got away.
we
Yes.
let him go.
Yeah, we let him
Yeah.
go.
We let him.
For further.
nearly
Oh, sorry,
kill us.
I'm doing your voice.
It's infectious.
You're not there, off.
It's been smoky.
We should have a vocal cord ripped out by the Nesferatu, so.
She smokes 20 of Boric flaccid. And Boric light.
Yeah,
Boric light. Yeah, we'll let him go.
anything?
I think we should have an all-ranted party.
Where's the internet working?
Mine's working.
It's over there, is it still working?
It's flashing.
Oh, what colour is it flashing?
White.
Is that bad?
I don't know. I'm going to net.
You just assumed if it's not red, it's
If
alright.
it's not, if there's a light, there's always an issue. But why? I don't know what light is. Can't be.
Anyone? Is anyone else connected to the internet?
Yeah, my laptop's fine.
Well, what? I'm not now.
No.
It's just dropped.
I just dropped. Alex, what did you do?
Everything was fine.
It's your internet, because I'm connected to the
I'm
router.
still connected to Orbi.
I'm on Orbi, but
That's,
not the
that's
internet.
the Orbi, but you could always switch to.
Can we just LAN it? Is that a thing these days?
I don't know.
I plug my Ethernet cable into your Ethernet cable
Yes, that'll
Play
work.
Counter Strike.
for.
Why isn't it working? Why has it gone on? Someone press the button on the back of it. Alex,
Tech guys on it.
You know what to do.
Channeling his inner Curry's worker. Alex approaches
Oh
the
man, I
Orbi.
missed these, yeah. David Attenborough shooting. Oh, we need to go
I think that had
shooting.
legs, mate. I think that
It
had
did have
legs.
legs.
I've got like a slab of shells from when I took my brother shooting and we
I'm not been
3 o'clock.
I've
and
got
shot
about
Yeah.
100 silver pigeon from your
Same
stag.
here. Still got that
I
slab.
think I fired like 2 shots, and that was just because I got bored.
Yeah, I've got to shoot something.
Oh, did you see something? Nah, just bored.
You'll
Oh,
fill
the
that
crow,
table with
6
pigeons.
miles away.
That was a good weekend.
It needs to
Yeah,
go.
it was.
Pretty sure I got carbon monoxide poison from
Yeah,
that. long
Yeah, well, it knocks you out.
Does that explain your erratic behaviour?
Potentially.
Erratic behaviour.
Oh, do you mean in the game or do you mean in life when he walked into the bedroom wielding a shotgun in his boxers?
No, that was probably alcohol, Alex.
That didn't happen for the record.
Yeah.
Wait, did that happen? I don't remember that. When you say shotgun, is that a euphemism or was it, would you say, pump action?
Internet's back on.
Hey.
Good.
You jest. But that's what a PhD in computer science can do.
I love it.
Oh, I've got one in the post.
My 10-year-old does that.
Oh, it's gone again.
Yeah, you're not got your PhD just yet.
He knows why.
It only has one button on the back of it. Yeah.
It says it's all right for me now.
Yeah, mine's back on.
Give it time.
Oh, that's dropped. Is it because I've moved it to down there?
You shouldn't affect it. I thought so.
It doesn't like change.
One of us.
Oh, because we're playing old school. Did you bring the book? Your source book, Alex?
We've got pen and paper.
Let me...
I've got a source book.
The pause the record.
Is this Dad?
Back in the room.
Yeah.
I mean,
Universitad.
Universitad.
Yeah,
Usually what though?
indeed.
Okay. You make your way across Valacrez. It's nearing rush hour in the evening. The trams going and bar, of course. And people and effigies move around the streets. And there is an area, not quite in the centre, but near the centre, which is walled, almost like a city within the city. And from your research prior to coming to Valacruz, you know this to be the centre of Harlem, a magical city, Universidad of Valacruz.
This looks like the place to be.
So, given the way I am, I'm not usually permitted into these sort of establishments.
Yes, well, no, neither am I. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
You seem quite charismatic, so I might let you take the lead on
Yeah,
that one.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Let me deal with it. You are my ward, your charge. To me.
It's obviously the nicest thing you've ever said.
Slave. But I wouldn't use that word. Would you like to approach?
Okay, so there is a large portcullis in front of the gatehouse, and within a walled-off green area. From within, you can see people in cloaks, which look old-fashioned, even in Valacruz, moving in and out of buildings.
Is the portcullis open?
Portcullis is not open. There is a man standing near the portcullis, and they wear similar dark robes and a hat with a tassel on it, and they appear to be standing guard. Make a perception check.
That's 5.
It is a 5. Very good. Never mind.
Excuse me, fellow scholars. Could we myself gain entry? I have some business to attend to within your esteemed walls.
State your business.
I seek your library. for I am a hunter of knowledge.
The library is not open to the public.
Well, then I'm not the public. I am here on behalf of the Tuxford Institute. Probably should have done
Tuxford Institute. Mercenary organisation. This is knowledge.
that. Yes. I have papers I can show you. It's accredited.
Please do.
I left them at home. But I assure you they are correct. We have a base in Valacres. It is newly under new management and up and running. We're how are you?
If you're not an alumni and you're not a student and you're not faculty, you're not permitted free entry. You will have to seek permission from.
Is there a particular emphasis on free entry? Is that an underlined word there, free entry?
Could we pay for entry?
No, you must seek sponsorship or permission from a member of faculty
My education.
or an esteemed alumni.
I see.
Is there anyone we could speak to that would give us entry? It is in the city's best interest. We are here to seek knowledge that would help the people of this place.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
He's the bard. He's the -4 charisma.
Yeah.
16.
Ooh.
Steve, on the extension cable, I think it's fuses on. You have to press the button. Just by foot.
It's because you've unrolled it all, that's why. It's got cold.
You have to roll it all.
No, Andrew, no. I nearly sent you all home when I saw you
So
roll
what
it
did it-
again!
It should just be one click. Oh,
Yeah, it's not. It's overloaded.
well done.
It's because you unrolled it.
You
Didn't
have to
like
unroll it.
I've never unrolled that in my life.
You always have to unroll it.
What's it plugged into? What you got plugged into?
Socket over there.
No, I mean, what are you using it for? Just the
Heaters. It's probably pulling too much.
It's
too many amps.
I think you've blown a fuse somewhere else.
Got
'Cause
another one.
I've tried unplugging the whole thing.
Okay.
It's still not clicking.
It'll
back
cool
on.
down.
It'll be fine. It's only electricity.
You finish this bit now, so
As you are representative of another institute,
Raspberry Half, so.
you may petition for entry. You need to go to the dean's office.
Yes. Perfect.
Sounds acceptable.
Very well. Please could you show us the location and take us straight there? Thank you.
He unlocks the door. Follow me.
Thank you.
Much obliged.
Just out of interest, which way is the library?
Let's give him strength. You make your way to a small building. And the individual escorting you is like, we'll take you from here.
Thank you. Hello.
As you go in, there is one sitting at a desk. Hello. Are you wishing to join our college?
Whatever it takes to get me into your library, yes. Fine. I will like to speak with the dean, if that's at all possible. Is he here? She?
Oh,
You're the dean? Hello.
you flatter me. No, I'm not the dean. The dean is a very busy man. Do you have an appointment with the dean?
Yes, we do actually. We're just running a little bit late.
Make a deception check.
Let me check things.
He's,
Charisma base.
He's on a roll. I'm not going to step in.
Oh, 18, 15!
-3.
Oh.
I thought you had.
My apologies. Yeah, but Adam's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. I wasn't aware you had an appointment down.
The apologies are mine. We are the ones that are right.
Did you were representing yourself?
Yes. Is that a problem?
And you are?
I am William of the Tuxford Institution.
So, are you a representative of the Tuxford Institute?
Yes. No?
Forgive my companion.
When I announce to the dean that he has guests, who should I say has arrived?
William of the Tuxford... not William. A fake name. Wilhelm.
William of the Tuxford Institute, and he is expecting you.
It's hard to know where Adam ends and the character begins.
How does this work?
Back in again.
She wanders off. There is a brief pause.
Just carry on doing what you're doing. It's working well.
It seems to be going on.
Yeah.
It seems to be going great.
Fantastic effort.
We'll see what happens.
Quite a large pair of doors open as she goes within. And there is a short wait. 5 minutes. 7 minutes. How long are you prepared to wait for?
We're here.
Yeah.
Foot's in the door.
Yeah, Darth are getting bored. Is the secretary still there?
No, she's gone to find the dean.
Oh, she's got to find. Oh, we're alone.
Uh-oh.
It took him a long time to notice that.
Is there a map somewhere of the grounds of the?
Are there any of those lines on the floor that lead you to?
Yes, that would be helpful.
Colour coded like a hospital.
Well,
I've heard these things in such establishments.
We just need a lanyard. Is there a lanyard anywhere on the desk, or is there anything in the desk?
You're going to search the desk.
If I feel we have time.
Roll an investigation.
Well, I'm going to keep a watch out.
Make a perception check.
12.
Natural 20.
Nice.
For a 26.
You find writing materials. There appears to be a thesis on ancient cultures local to the Barovia area, druids and pre-arrival. Okay, moving on.
This is William talking to himself.
Yes. There is a book of blue nature.
I'll take that for later.
Okay.
What of that?
Volume 2.
Yes. And wait, you're taking it.
Yes.
Okay. And
Stick to the task.
are you looking for anything in particular?
Maybe.
There's like stationery and
Yeah, I
shit.
don't really like that. I'm looking for something ideal, something we could use to sort of gain access to the university and just leave the office with
Okay.
it.
You do not find that, but as you're flicking through the Halls of Thag Volume 2, at this point you hear footsteps.
Oh, quick, put it back, quick.
When you're
I'll put it back,
task
put it back,
at
close the door.
And the doors open as you're just...
Oh, I bumped my knee.
I'll stand up ever so slightly straighter. Not that my back allows it today.
There seems to be a little bit of confusion. The dean was not expecting you, but he has made arrangements. He's available now.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you. Must have been a clerical error on your part. But thank you.
Are you quite okay? You seem to
yes.
have bumped your knee quite hard.
Yes, well, it happens.
It's been a long day.
Yes, I'm very tired. To the dean, perhaps? Yes.
She leads you down the hallway.
Should I follow you, Master?
Yes, come on.
There's a good boy.
Good time. I'm getting my patience is very thin with this place.
As you enter another set of doors, you're brought into a large office where there is various paintings, skeletons and cases, and many, many books behind a large, impressive, imposing desk. there is a small gnome figure with large round glasses, almost the size of his head, with long white hair and robes of a similar in cut to the students of this school, but deep dark red, which looks incredibly old-fashioned. Hello, you are William, I believe. I've been led to believe. Is that correct? My
Yes.
interpretation of what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you. Yes, you are.
Thank you, Caroline. You can leave now.
Yes, thank you, Caroline.
Please sit down.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
You are
Rancid is my moniker.
Rancid.
Indeed.
What are you?
It's a very good question.
One that we don't need to answer right
very
now.
old, I should say. Very old.
I see. As am I. It's been a long time.
William.
I am led to believe you are representatives of the Tuxford Institute.
That is correct. Yes.
Interesting. Although they are not strictly a centre of higher learning, they have made fantastic contributions to knowledge.
Exactly. And that is why we're here in the seek of it.
You seek knowledge. What specific knowledge?
Well, we would like to visit your library. I'm after a certain book.
What book?
It is, well, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll know it when I see it. It's,
You wish to commit research in our facilities.
if that is at all possible, yes. It is in the good name of the city.
Our libraries are quite extensive. They are large and have many volumes. What area or field of research?
I think what William's trying to say is it pertains to local developments and for, as you say, the betterment of the local area and the people.
There have been several urban developments since the third influx of...
Forgive me, perhaps I misspoke.
We don't have time for this. This is... Oh, God, humans in this village.
The knowledge we seek is steeped in the history of the inhabitants of Barovia.
That is correct.
Possible infestations.
It relates... I was just confused. Vampiric in nature. Specifically that of corruption of one vampire. Vampires could be wrong. I can't go much into it because it's very top secret. From one-
Indeed, such knowledge is by its nature forbidden. It is under strict moral approbation. It is restricted access. It is difficult to obtain.
Exactly, and this is why we have come to you, because we understand that, but it is a pressing matter, and we need to find a solution as soon as possible.
He stands up out of his chair and he hops off and is lower than he was sitting down.
I shrunk down a little bit just to
Out of
not
respect.
feel quite as imposing.
Walks over to several books. I often
What
think
place is
there are
there?
too many laws, restrictions and guidelines which govern the pursuit of knowledge. It is not the place of free study as it once was. The Institute has been fouled by being forbidden from entering the city for so long. Thank the Morning Lord for recent political developments. Nevertheless, I have a duty of care to the Universidad of Valcres, this centre of higher learning, and I must ask myself if permitting you access to the library is in the best interest of the university. In consideration to the aforementioned political developments,
I would say yes.
Of course,
To the point, I like it.
the knowledge we seek could help maintain the fragile balance between light and dark.
Well, I mean, we are trying to. There is. Okay. There is an unregistered vampire. And we believe it's been corrupted somehow. Why? I don't know. We don't know what. But the thing is, an unregistered vampire in the city. There's been attacks. It could next attack a pupil of the university, for example.
make a persuasion check.
Well,
I'm going to be just whispering calm words in his ears, just listen, just say the right thing, say the right thing.
what do I get for that?
D4, isn't it? Yeah.
On top. Ooh, well, an 18.
And you get a D4.
Ooh.
Calm.
So it's a 15. 18.
Nicely done.
I mean, a supervised entry to the library would be acceptable. We simply need to search for
It would be necessary, mandatory,
it. It's fine.
required that any visit would be supervised, overseen.
Of course, we quite happily acquiesce to that.
Yes.
Might the Universität benefit from your research?
Absolutely.
How?
They can keep all of your findings.
I mean, have you done much research or experimentation in vampiric things? It's quite an unorthodox subject, perhaps, especially in these areas. It could be quite, I mean, quite a nice sort of trophy for the cabinet to quell a vampiric issue. I don't know.
I think what my colleague's trying to say is, as you can see, it's been a long day. Yeah. Of course, we would heavily involve the Universität going forward in any of our ongoing investigations.
Yes,
We would, of course, have access to our materials, for our personnel. Should we come across anything unusual that might require further study, of course, we would greatly appreciate the insight of the Universität. And,
I can foresee a future which the Institute and the Universität works closely in this manner. Sharing of knowledge.
first and foremost, of course.
The ancient. Or the city of El Torel, before it was destroyed, had an ancient tradition. In its library, whenever a book was taken, a new book was offered.
I see, yes.
What do you offer to the Universität in
The paws of stag.
Yeah, I know.
Did you put it back?
Yeah, I did put it back.
And the Institute currently possess,
Dragon's blood.
and it is verified, so a particular relic of the Dawnbringers
Yes.
that might provide a basis for our cooperation. Perhaps some sort of analysis, research could be done.
Yes, it'd be very, really put you on the map there. Really show that.
You're already on many maps. We have an extensive cartography department.
And do you possess a relic of the Dawnbringers?
We do not.
Of course, it is not for the likes of us to simply own that as an individual.
No, but we would
Something like that would be
lend to you, just like a book would be.
happily shared.
This represents an appropriate basis for an ongoing relationship.
Excellent.
will be permitted supervised research in our library
If you would agree that the same,
temporarily
if you're happy that the same,
until we receive this relic.
but I hope you would accept the same stipulations that any research done on the arm might be done under supervision of the Institute also.
This is also acceptable.
Maybe we should just kill them.
I didn't realise there would be this much bureaucracy.
We've become murder accountants.
It takes out a quill and a piece of pottery. Holds it up and it engulfs in flame.
Do I know what that was? Being a magical.
Make an arcana check.
Well, I've got a good pack. No 23.
That was a sending spell with flourish.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's okay, because you rolled so high.
Yeah.
So the sending spell can be done completely mentally. He could have sent that message mentally, but with the paper, the flame, that was partly illusion, and partly it's like he was making it obvious that he was sending a message to an audience. It's
Courteous.
it's like speaking aloud when you're typing to know that you're working. I have made arrangements conditional to what we have just discussed. If there are any more problems, I merely say that Dean Articus has authorized, and they need only check with their faculty school head.
Excellent. Wondrous. Would you please show us the way to the
Caroline!
Most gracious of you, Dean Articus.
Caroline comes and takes you away.
We should leave you to your evening, you seem, as well as I do, for a man of his age.
Don't keep thinking confused.
Goodbye!
Yes, bye.
High school!
yeah. Must be related to that band
It's a
lady.
musical part.
Yeah, you're taken to a library. It is far more extensive than the personal library of the Watcher House. However, the Watch House,
So they had searching robots. What does this mean?
yes, there's a stuffy librarian comes across. I've been told I must assist you with your inquiry.
Yes, we are looking for a book. I don't even know what it is.
Corruption, William. Corruption.
Corruption and
Vampirism. Corruption.
vampiric.
The reference that you got from the Watcher House was a reference to a specific book in a specific location in this library. So merely by handing it her,
Yeah.
a simple enough matter.
I've lost the will.
William, whilst we here,
Yes.
Blood off his
Return
gun.
to his
Oh god, it's back. Thank you.
Sorry.
Quiet, please. You're in a library. Let's find out what's there.
Permission revoked.
Make an investigation check.
Excellent.
I'll start with aiding him in this.
Yeah.
That's an 18, unaided, which I can be aided with my default. Just 22.
Nice.
This is the time.
Thank you. That's it. Stop looking in my ear.
It's not my time.
Oh, yeah.
On the nature of consumer corruption. Many vampire hunters will resort to poison in an attempt to slay a vampire. This book warns that certain alchemical combinations can induce frenzy and make the prey more dangerous. It speaks of a specific flower, weeping orchid, which is local to Barovia, but quite rare. It's only known to grow on the top of Mount Yakis. And this has the properties, if it is distilled and powdered, of bringing about intense and almost irreversible bouts of rage in vampires, which can cause the rapid onset of the transformation into a monster.
Ah. This is about 6% what I'm looking for.
Are you sure?
No. But
It seems to be like a strong indicator of
yes,
some sort of foul play, perhaps.
I think so. Do I just rip the page out, or?
Are you?
I have materials.
Oh, okay. I'll take the
Although
book.
my
The
hand
heavy
is
book,
not
I'm not
very, my hand is not great.
Right. I think we can outrun it. Right, well that's it. We have what we need. Is there anything else of interest in them?
You're a facet.
Are you looking for anything?
My inner thought said, is there a cure to this orchid?
Yes.
Either native or alchemical that we might concoct.
Make an arcana.
Did roll a 24?
See what old arcana comes up with.
Defeat D4.
A 50.
Of course, I'm literally as creepy as I can be, just hand on the shoulder and just whisper.
Come on, master, come on.
Just take your time. One
17. I could use my inspiration.
Not explicitly, but your understanding of alchemy is that most poisons do have an antidote, but they need to be specific to the substance.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as a flat antidote. You need to know precisely what was ingested, quantity, age to develop a cure. And it would take time and potentially resources and expertise you do not have.
Yeah. Okay.
It could be done, but it would be
Master Druid level shit.
yes.
Could it be
You like there would be professors of alchemy in the Universitad
Who could do it.
could do it, but it would be
Speaking to
you'd
Goddamn Scott.
yes.
There's no hope for this
I
man.
will literally die of old age.
I do not think we have the time.
No, no. Or nor the patience. Nor the patience. There's not enough dragon's blood in the world to get me through this place. Thank you, do you know, I don't even care, let's just go.
Thank you for your
That's
service.
it.
I suspect we'll be visiting.
I've already gone. Let's go.
He
Let's go.
is out of here.
Before I go,
Yeah.
are we able to revisit another point with the Dean Articus's permission?
It was a temporary way. It would need to be renegotiated.
Whilst I'm here,
Yes.
do you have anything on the history of gnolls and their rituals?
No. The stems of bestiaries. Cultural rituals, less so.
I realise it is a long shot as we are not native to Barovia.
They find something in the demonology section. Yen gold. It depends level of detail you're at.
I see it's troubling you. I will petition the Dean another time, but thank you for your time.
As you will. And you leave. William, as you're marching out, you kind of shoulder barge several students. Hey, look where you're going, mate.
Fuck off. Yeah. School is terrible. Get a job.
Belligerent.
Yeah.
Oh. What have you two been doing? Althea and
Are we
Vasily?
going to the
Book club.
book club?
Okay. Trying to get the times right because the book club is in the evening, and I think
When did we leave off?
did you? When were you talking to the drug friend,
We'd already done that. Yeah, we've spoken to Mickey.
Mickey?
Mickey, the drug addict, who I gave a handful of glint.
Yes. Or were we going?
Oh, we could have gone to the Burnt Sailor to speak to Big Dave. Don't tell him Mickey sent
Was
us.
it about midday?
Yeah. In the afternoon.
To the Burnt Sailor, man.
Brent said it is.
Okay.
What do we want to know from Big Dave?
I don't know. It just says, well, you can talk to him if you want to find out about
Who's
drugs.
the one who supplied the drugs?
Oh, to see if they were spiked maybe for...
Hmm.
What's Jig? Alice? Is that his name? Alice?
Maybe.
So he was given... So Alice has been given, not that we should know this, but a poison somehow.
Yeah.
Potentially it could have been put into a batch of Dragon Shard.
Some form of corruption, we think, don't we?
Yeah.
That's all we know, and we think it's drugs. If
Yeah.
it's not his daughter, it's drugs.
Mickey's probably given it to him. Because he was lying to us the whole time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
She goes to the Burnt Sailor.
Yes.
Yes, it was an unsure question.
I'm not sure what we want to do here.
No.
Should we just have a? Should we have a?
Yeah, let's
a
have
drink.
Let's have a break.
Let's have a brew.
Okay.
What do the others
You put
doing?
the kettle on, lads.
Oh no, I was about in character. Should we just tonic water, please?
Yeah.
Is that in character or?
Tea, please.
I don't think we have tonic water, to be precisely honest with you. I can probably find some fizzy water.
Do you do soda and lime?
If you don't ask why it's fizzy, I do.
Do you?
We'll try. Oh, coffee, please. Under a star.
Black coffee for me, darling.
I'd bring my own stuff.
This is why you're my favourite.
Are you also bringing the goodie box
I have to
back?
drive home. You'll find.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could bring the sweet, bring the sweet, yeah, and the sweet box. Cheers, lads.
You propose your soda water as copper each for them.
Will you get this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank
Can you afford it?
Yeah. I pay him in dragon shards or whatever. Dragon's blood.
You can't pay for a lemonade with a kilo of cocaine.
For one thing, you're being ripped off.
It's not the packet, it's just a little glue. Just no, I'm joking. But yes, I'm sure about the money.
Yes, just joking.
I'll take it back. Just make sure people see. So I'm just looking for Big Dave. No.
Sit there.
So I'm supposed to be a resident of this place, wasn't I? Was it like character backstory, or was it not? Because we're the guides.
Yeah.
So would I know the pub or recognise anyone?
Malcrosby is a big city.
Yeah,
and,
okay,
And I'm not a city boy.
and we've not established your background.
No, we've not. I'm trying to find a way of wheeling it into saying, do I just know Big Dave?
You know what? Let's make a.
Probably not.
You know, black market dealers, so
That is
might know
true.
every day.
You remember
Actually,
him
that's a
this
very-
morning.
Hey, and actually,
Part of the underworld.
Was it Metal Cova?
Yeah,
He's-
the underworld.
He's a shady guy who lives in the area.
You remember him as little David.
Yeah, I know when he was little Dave.
I'll have it written down somewhere. That sounds about right.
Make a history check.
Ooh, natural 19. With a mod, that is 21.
Okay, Mekislav is the name of your guy.
That's it.
He's a black market dealer.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard of Big Dave through Mekislav.
Good
He
man.
is he's a bit of a fence and lately has been kind of transitioning into a drug dealer. He has a tendency of coming into large amounts of cash and then losing it almost immediately. And then he's slowly, he's not a businessman, he's a gambler.
And a bad one at that.
Exactly. Yeah, known to frequent the burnt sailor and the immediate area, and a bit of a Del Boy. He fancies himself Scarface because he's often flogging shit.
Are all taverns like this?
Around here.
Oh, so there are nicer ones in other places.
Yeah, but not here.
Okay, it's just I've not been to one before. So
No, this is a shit one.
oh, this is a low point.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. It can get better.
It should only get better.
Okay, thank the gods.
Your patronage is.
Said himself.
Did you there? The barkeep was so nosy. I was having a conversation with my friend.
Yeah, they earn a living through secrets.
What's the secret, eh?
It's a small tavern.
What do you know about Mickey?
Mickey.
Yes.
All right, Dave.
Oh, not a fan.
Oh, he's just one of them fang chasers. He's a bit.
Fang chaser? What's a fang chaser? I've not heard of that before.
Gets thrilled at being bitten by vamps.
Oh. Does he make a habit of it?
I'm not one to judge, but
Can I
not
tell
my
him?
cup of tea.
Can I tell if he's like speaking derisively as though he has some form of hatred
Make
of
an
vamps?
insight check.
He's 13.
Yeah, he's not being particularly subtle.
Yeah, he hates vamps.
Well, what was it, 13?
13.
It's hard to say if he's more disgusted at Mickey or vampires.
But the general dynamic he doesn't like.
So he could be, if it is it, he could be spraying to everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, what people do in the privacy of their own rooms is up to them, but we suffered centuries being preyed upon by vampires, and now kids fucking seek it out. Like,
Really?
it's a bit of fun. It's not right.
I would agree. They don't understand the risk.
Within certain limits, obviously. What people do in their own homes is fine, but affecting lots of vampires.
Would you like a hand? Have you got Bailey's?
I thought that was your tea. It's a hell of a Bailey's.
Was it that painful speaking to the professor?
You said black coffee.
No, I didn't. He said black coffee. Not really. I'll drink it black. It's fine.
Did you got Bailey's?
Bailey's fine. Bailey's is fine.
I need to get some bigger pots.
Can you do all of your people that you hire like this?
She's old.
Old and cantankerous.
Sorry, I don't mean to be. I don't mean to disparage.
Yeah, Mickey. Well, I mean, it's not like there's any rule against it, but he's not. The locals don't make him feel welcome in his establishment, shall we say?
No,
Just get up to weird things.
fangphobic.
Yeah, yeah. Fine. Oh, there we go.
But, yeah, what are you asking about Mickey?
It's just, I've heard him mentioned around. I just thought, well, how is he so well known?
What circles you been hanging in?
Well, street chatter. I'm new in town, so trying to, not fall in with the wrong crowd. As it
Okay.
were. So I've frequented high-class establishments.
Yes.
It's fine. Come for a flavour of the local flavour here with my
How's
friend.
the flavour taste to you?
I don't know. I've not tried it yet.
Thank you so much, Rod.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
We've
Oh, she got it right that time.
coffee. Okay.
Yes. So there are a lot of these fang chasers around.
Local here, I don't know of Mickey, but I hear uptown something trendy rich kids like. They've got clubs.
Do you have any idea how many vampires Mickey's with?
I just know Alex wasn't the first.
So you do. So you know Alice. Can you tell us more about him?
The night watchman.
We've heard he disappeared.
I've not seen him.
And is that odd?
I've just had a terrible thought. No, it's
Do
okay.
we need to kill him?
No, it's okay.
Okay, you're right.
I won't say it's odd, but
Do you have a problem with Alice himself, or is it just what he's doing with Mickey?
hey, I never said I had a problem. It's just-
Well, sorry, maybe I've inferred the wrong thing. It's lovely tea. Thank you.
Call me old school. I think we should have got rid of the vampire when we had a chance. So
Couldn't agree. Dangerous critters, a lot of them.
Well, I'm quite sure that was probably somewhere along the intentions of the Dawnbringers, but well, things slip, I suppose.
Yeah, something always falls through the cracks. On a slightly different topic.
What do you think of this?
Yeah, I've been told that you might be the person to speak to if we want to get a bit of what did one call it? Glint.
this is the bartender you're speaking to.
Oh no, I thought we were talking to Big Dave.
The
No, it's the
bartender.
bartender.
Ah.
Retract. Sorry, he's been in the sun all day.
Yeah. I'll save that for Dave.
I'm not comfortable with this plan.
No way.
There are certain laws against that. And we can't have it on the premises. If you must do it, meet Big Dave round the back.
Oh, winner. Right, Dave's round the back. Do you go talk to Dave?
I'll come with you.
You're not sure what to say.
I'm not comfortable with this sort of. Not really. What is it?
This feels like more like William's thing. He should.
Are we going to take him into custody or?
No, we're just talking to him.
But he's breaking the law.
So?
What?
You guys really have not established what the Tuxford Institute stands for yet. You keep saying, like, we represent the Tuxford Institute, and from one side, you all have different ideas.
I'm fine. It's him. He's not even a
Sadly
member.
kill the vampires.
We're not members of the TI.
Yeah.
We're guides. We're fine. We were just hired because.
You're like the mafia.
Yeah.
He's not, in the next break, we should decide what the fuck we're doing.
That probably would be why.
I'm just saying, I'm not entirely
You're not comfortable with the law breaking?
with the kind of narcotics
Okay.
angle of this.
Why didn't you ever stop William?
You think I've not been trying?
Yeah, I suppose he's impetuous.
intelligent.
I can hear him. Yes.
So would you like to speak to Big Dave, or is that uncomfortable?
I mean, I'll listen. If anything illegal happens, I might not be too pleased.
Yeah, that seems fair. Head around the back, see Dave.
As you turn a corner in the alleyway, there is a gnome in a trench coat.
Oh, I knew he'd be alone.
Could be three gnomes in
Yeah. All right,
He's
Dave.
got slicked black hair. It's kind of high widow's peaks. He's like, you alright?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. You?
Not bad.
You scouse. You typecast the poor scouse into a drug dealer.
Not on that.
But probably accurate. It's a fair play.
So what you doing in Valacruz?
I'm so happy right now.
Please don't make this difficult for us. Please.
Hey, the man to talk to if you've got a hankering for some glint.
Maybe I am.
You know, he's not as into. I thought criminals would,
He's
be,
not
more,
as
I
intimidating
thought
as
criminals
well.
would be more intimidating.
Yeah, yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah.
Who's you saying I'm not intimidating?
I just looked at her.
She doesn't mean anything by it. We
I can
don't.
have you know.
I think not. She shoots me.
There needs to be no intimidation here. We're trying to.
violence. A threat of violence.
Yes, yeah. Severe violence. That's the threat.
Sorry, I misinterpreted what you meant.
Yeah. No, we're just here to get some glint.
What? Faye?
Yeah. He's half gnome, half fae.
How much you have to like?
How much have you got?
Are you sure? How does this benefit anything that we're doing?
We might be poisoned. We need to find out.
What are
We
we
don't know that, do
We're
we?
just asking. Look, criminal, what are you putting? What are you putting this way?
I'm gonna intimidate.
No, that was just a question.
Oh, you were just for this criminal.
in a polite, matter-of-fact way. You are a criminal.
Excuse me.
We are the law abiders, and there's you.
Big Dave is clearly not your real name.
All right.
Thank you. David, what are you cutting this with? It's very important that we know.
Where'd you buy this from?
I don't cook glass. You can't cook glass.
Where'd you get it from? And are you buying?
What?
Hey, what's with all this?
Don't sell it.
We could deal with the gold.
I'll sell my breastplate. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, good point.
Barely used.
Yeah, where'd you? There's been some concern. There's been
Are you
some
buying or selling?
both. There's been instances of apparent corruption with your produce, with your merchandise.
I don't cook my glass.
Where'd you get it from? Because people are falling ill.
I'm not telling you who wants to buy it.
Vampires. Do you give this shit to vampires?
This is a lot of questions.
There's only about 4, actually.
Why should I answer? How do I know you're not VPD?
Do I look like it?
My badge is different.
And that. TI.
TI? What's that then?
It means that I'm not comfortable with what we're doing, but I'd really like the answer so I can leave and pretend this didn't happen.
Why should I tell you anything?
I think it would be in the best interest of all of us. We have a friend who is in dire need of help.
Make a persuasion check.
It'd be the right thing to do.
Ooh, that is really good. 21.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. Did you get the time?
Well, maybe I know something, maybe I don't like, but like, I have to be a bit more explicit in how it's going to be worth my while.
I mean, I might have some...
You could save the lives of literally tens of people.
Yes, that is very true.
You could reunite a broken family.
Dozens of us. Dozens.
Yeah.
You have a mother. Does it not concern you that there's mothers all over this this town, distraught because their loved ones and families and being ripped apart by your precious, delicious drugs?
Alright.
I was channeling William there.
Everyone I sell to is an adult. I'm fully aware of the risks involved.
Wait, there's risks. What are the risks? I'll need to tell this to William.
Yeah, we do. What risks?
It's glass, you cut yourself.
Yes, but that's part of the procedure to
Is that
take the
literally
drug. Our friend takes this. What risks are there? Just gonna get out my billy club. No, I'm joking.
Right, who's in now?
Alright, well, as I'm sure you're all experts and you're all fully aware, cutting yourself and putting glass under the flesh is a proper way to induce infection.
Risk of infection.
You need to make sure
I'm actually writing
conditions
this
are
in my note.
sanitary.
Risk of infection, thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's good to know. What about the corruption of the mind?
Some people lose arms because they just cut themselves all up and
David.
down.
Can you sell this to people?
David.
I tell them how to use.
That should be inspiration right there.
Gosh, you know.
It was a face and everything.
What better of you?
I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
it's
I'm
addictive, but you just need to
disappointed.
know your limits.
Then-
Like,
What happens if vampires take this?
I'm not rightly sure. I've heard that.
No, come on, David. What have you heard?
I'm going to insult you for lying as well, by the way. I got 20, but carry on.
How would you tell?
It's a very hard accent.
Are you okay?
I can't.
Have you caught something?
I have heard
This is not a sanitary lifestyle.
vampires get more of a kick out of drinking the blood of someone who's put it in themselves already, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I see.
We do, but what could...
Someone like Mickey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's known about these parts, isn't he?
William's like right in the bus.
Why is everyone-
danger.
Why is everyone behaving like this is normal? This is bad.
This is quite bad. But for this area, this is perfectly normal. There's been a, whether you know it or not, there's been a corrupted batch.
No, he doesn't know you've left.
Shit.
Do you know who Alice is? Alice?
Yeah, Mickey's teeth.
Mickey's teeth. There's an issue at the moment.
He's lost his teeth. Is that a side effect as well?
It could be.
Sorry, this is a new world to me. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure if you know, but there has been someone running amok, causing havoc and killing people.
What was your insight?
20.
Oh, he's been surprisingly sincere.
Very nice drug dealer.
Well, you're kind of challenging his. Firstly, he's not a good drug dealer. Secondly, you challenged his professional etiquette by not telling people the risks, and that convinced him to tell you all the risks.
He's good.
I like
and
him.
a drug dealer.
Yes,
He's
yeah,
not
yeah,
necessarily
he's
a
quite
good drug
good.
dealer.
No.
Yeah. He's kind of enjoying the conversation,
Oh, I just want
perhaps
to talk to
more
people.
than a drug dealer should. He's being very chatty, but
David,
he's
did you have
definitely
dreams?
vested into the promise of mutual benefit.
Yes. Well, if we get the right answers.
Dave, is this really the best you can do with your life?
Have you heard of our dear
Self-made
Lord?
What?
Nothing.
What was your
I feel
question,
you
by
could
the
do
way?
so much more than this.
Yes. It was to do with the corruption of dragon's blood. A batch must have come in corrupted. Where do you get it from? People are dying.
Big persuasion check.
Wasn't even lying. Ooh, that was a
No,
bad
that's
one.
why it's persuasion check, not wisdom.
That's true. 7. There are people being killed in the streets.
What if we said this was turning vampires into Nosferatu and tearing families apart? Then would you change your ways?
What do you think of the children, David? The children!
It's not nice growing up with our parents.
One girl turned to fucking sand. That's what I heard.
Right. So hard to get in once you're down. Yeah. Right.
Ah, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Why?
What's the question? Where'd it come from?
Yeah.
Right. I don't feel right comfortable telling you who my supplier is. How do I know you're not going to undercut me and cut me out of this profitable business?
Do I really seem like the sort of person who wants to sell drugs?
He just offered to sell me lots of drugs.
I didn't. Well, not lots.
No, they're not his to sell. He's
No,
holding
they're
them for a friend. Anyway,
If we get the right answers, there might be some in it for you. Where did your drugs come from?
what
I
the,
wanna see
why are we giving everyone drugs?
I want to see
My side hustle.
upfront
No, I'm not happy about this.
something to make my answer worth something to you.
Okay, I can give you some glint if you'll tell us where it comes from.
Would you like
You
a
could
breastplate?
Explain.
Or a breastplate. You know, it's actually. Oh, it's not name size. Wrong
I've
character.
been wearing it all day.
You could pawn this in. 600 gold
How
worth.
much, Glenn?
I don't know, 100 grams?
600 gold?
400 gold? It was a lot.
Or 400 gold?
100 grams.
I just get things bought for me.
You could turn quite a tidy profit with that.
Make another persuasion check.
Oh, that's a bit better. 16.
Alright. I want to see it.
I can show him a little bag.
It'd be quite a
Ching, ching,
it'd
ching.
be more than a little bag.
Whatever.
Alright.
So
For
where?
that, I'll tell you where I got it from.
I'm
Perfect.
going to be livid.
Where did you get it from?
Right. This might surprise you to know, but I'm pretty new at being a drug dealer. In
We
fact,
have to start somewhere.
I knew this wasn't your dream.
Carry on.
I'd never bought any glint in my life until this bloke in the pub offered me tequila
What
like a week ago.
You've just started.
As I say, doing quite well for myself.
I
Shifted
imagine
most
you
of it already. Admittedly, only to 2 people.
are. And that being Mickey and who?
I'm not telling you who my clientele are.
That's fair enough. But the person who gave you the drugs was agreed you would tell me who that is.
Oh, hi. Wolf in the pub.
Oh shit balls.
What's his name?
Did he Oh.
And did
Was
you-
he an angry dwarf?
Well, funny you should say. Yeah, he was.
Can
Then
I?
again,
They all are.
Only.
Yeah.
I'm
Did,
not
did he tell you his name? Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Did he tell you his name?
Was it
oh
Arthur?
yeah, we exchanged contact details before he
Oh,
sold
good.
me a massive amount of drugs.
Did he have spiky hair, a handlebar moustache?
Uh,
Your honesty here will be rewarded with
Oh,
more
really?
produce.
yeah, do you know him?
Yes.
What a prick.
If,
He's definitely done it.
if you see him, can you tell him I want some more? Because that's bad. Oh wait, it was poison, yeah.
Yeah. Don't say that.
He's literally making fucking work.
Yeah.
What a... That is immoral.
It is, but probably profitable.
Anyway,
But
drugs, please.
immoral. Do you really want to sell drugs? I don't think you want to sell drugs. Big Dave, you don't want to sell drugs.
I'm going
There's
to go with
much
my
more
friend
profitable
here.
lines. There's much more profitable lines of work for you.
Have you heard this?
Surely you have
Listen,
skeleton
look
talent.
into her eyes. Look into her eyes.
I don't know.
Bash!
Really?
Jesus Christ.
I'm not happy with that either. You don't want to sell me drinking glass.
Like Miami Vice.
Are you using a spell on him?
I don't know.
'Cause I think paladins.
I
can do
saw it. I saw it in a
suggestions.
play once.
Uh,
Oh my god! I could
I don't have
actually.
it.
Yes, I've got a thing. I'm going to use. Oh, it's a class feature. I can't remember what it was called.
I can use Searing Smite, but I'm not sure that's the right thing to
Oh,
do.
where's he gone? I'm going to use command,
Ooh. Yes,
Yeah.
mate.
and I'm going to say, you don't want to sell dragon glass. You want to go home and rethink your life.
Yes. That's a nice and simple suggestion.
Is that the droids you're looking for?
Oh, I love it.
It's not a simple command necessarily. I think he needs to pass a wisdom save.
Command. Did you post in chat or?
I think I've posted it to thingy. Have I?
It's just come through as a
It's
wisdom.
just come through as DC 13.
Oh, okay. Let me shut up.
Drink
There you go.
Thank you.
To rip him a
Speak
new one,
one word commands with
Oh, one
each
word
other.
command.
Yeah.
Stop drugs. What if I say quickly? Stop drugs.
No. Okay, so it has to be a one word command. So
Ooh.
leave might work,
Yes.
or halt, or stop, and you
No,
just
it's
walk away,
Just say change.
or
Aspire.
Yeah. Aspire to great thing. Yeah, but that might make him want to be the best drug dealer in the world.
We got back
That
in a
could-
year and it's
yeah,
like, whoa.
Yeah, that could go really wrong.
let's
I
see.
did a talk with you.
Yeah, I put
I
my
went to
ideas up.
And I took over this town.
One to one. Apply yourself, Jesse. Apply yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so he failed to save. So what is your one word command?
Aspire. There you go.
That's going to be the greatest kingpin.
This is
Yeah.
gonna go so
Big
wrong.
Dave's going to be the
Yeah.
kingpin in Barovia.
Just gonna own this town.
That's not on the suggestions.
What about agree?
I don't know.
I
Just
know.
You could like, if you told him to agree, would he agree with what we
Stop.
say? Oh, that could work.
the drugs. But stop.
Stop.
Digging drugs.
So as you begin walking away, you get.
Oh shit.
Hey, what? What you've done?
Uh,
You know it's a crime to cast magic on someone.
it's a crime to sell drugs. I think we're even.
Yeah, that's fair play.
Fuck.
While you're supposed
Please, I'm not very good at this.
it should look. It should end quite soon. But while you're there, just rethink what you're doing with your life, Dave. I'm sure you've got better things you could do.
Well, in last 6 seconds.
What did you want to do when you were older? Oh, he's gone.
So for 6 seconds it could have been. Wait, no, I want to.
Wait, I'm a drug dealer now.
Yeah,
It's not really
interesting
useful.
use of the spell. Not entirely
I've never
sure.
look.
it's
I've never tried it one outside of class before.
It was nice just to use it. I think
No,
that was good.
I-
That was good.
Nice. I want to keep those old spell casting muscles in.
Okay, so at least we got something from it.
What do we get?
The dwarf
Oh,
sold
yes,
him the
the
drugs,
dwarf.
so it's probably been
The dwarf's
poisoned.
a fucking monster.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah, he's drumming for. He's creating his own business.
Right.
Okay.
You will meet up back in the keys.
Can we tell the VPD this?
Probably, if you really want to.
You at any point you could have taken this to. There's so many things you could have gone to the police for help.
How could we go to the BBD and say we've got a dwarf and he's selling poison drugs to try and turn vampires into Nosferatu?
Yeah, yeah.
Would they ask for evidence?
Nah.
No?
They have to find the evidence. It's not for us to give it to them.
Yeah, that just sounds like we're a bit mad though.
That's their job.
So, let's role play this. Let's role play this, okay? This is something we used to do at the Institute.
Okay.
We had a problem. I'm
like to
you,
report the
you
crime.
be us, and I'll be the police.
Shit. I'd like to report a crime.
Go on, that's my job to look into that.
There's an animal out there who's poisoning dragon glass and selling it to people to make vampires evil monsters. He must be stopped.
How do you know?
Thunderfey!
Oh, so that was me. Okay.
Channeling demons, yeah.
How do you know this?
Because we spoke to the drug dealer who told us who gave him the drugs which we think poisoned our friend. No, not friend, but person.
And so
Person we were hired to kill.
Yeah,
some,
I'm missing that bit out.
some dwarf,
We
which
just
no
don't
one
wanna kill him.
knows, who's giving out poison
No,
drugs.
we know him. We know him.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, he has a name.
What's his name?
Artem Herning.
Henning. I don't know this person.
He's
So
not-
I should just stop this random dwarf in the street, and then I'll be like, "Oh, got any drugs?" And he'll be like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm being lied about. Sorry,
You're
that's
a-
not dwarvish.
you're a-
Let me say it. Oh, I'm being lied about."
Are you a police officer or not?
Look, all the police officers I've met have been most unhelpful.
I've reported it now to you.
Well, I'll just eat this donut.
Fine. When his body comes up, it's your fault.
I'll say it was somebody junior.
So do you want to go through that or?
I'm not sure that's going to help us at this point.
No, but that was worst case.
Yeah, I suppose.
You're weird as the DM. But also, I'm really liking you doing the NPCs to each other. That saves a lot of prep.
I just
Yeah, let's sack
you
that
know,
off.
I mean, it's an out there technique, but it is something we had a couple of cracks.
Yeah.
at.
No,
I
I
like,
like
I like the improv. That was extracurricular.
Both
Yeah.
get inspiration. From that was great.
Oh no, I already got it. Woo!
Use it.
It's like buses.
Yeah, you
Well-
don't lose it.
You don't have it in there. Two come along at once. I'm just not. I'm just.
To the book club then.
I think it should be. How was your day in the? Oh, I've got something to tell you. For this dragon glass stuff, you're poisoning your body with, and you are poisoning yourself, William.
Well, it's official. We've heard
Point
it from the
yourself.
drug dealer.
If you do
Oh,
insist
that's
on
true,
taking
then.
it, which I think is a bad idea,
Nice.
you have to do it in sanitary conditions, or your arms fall off.
Has happened.
Drugs are bad. Wow, I'm so surprised.
Stop being so facetious. Just sanitize the area properly, okay?
Fine.
But don't
So-
take it would be better.
No, you said.
No.
You
I said
take
if
as
you
much as
have to.
like,
I said if no, that's not what I said.
just wipe your arms.
You're impossible. I hope your arms do fall off. I won't feed you. I probably would feed you.
I lick the dragon glass off the floor.
That is not sanitary!
He's not listening at all.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So
Have you taken some good dragon glass?
After leaving the university, absolutely.
Okay,
Did
cool.
you take some this morning? How much do you need?
That was
No,
breakfast.
you didn't this morning. I think you did it
No, I did.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Upon taking dragon glass, I would like you. Firstly, how much are you taking?
Yes.
Just need to get
No,
money.
just a little, just to set the edge off of
Two sorcery points worth.
yeah, why not?
If you're
That's
going
2
to,
doses now.
I want.
Yeah.
Have you seen in your thing you can increase the quantity in your?
Where?
How
now
are
it
you
sounds like Big Dave.
Yes, this is proper.
Look like.
If
If you
Take
can
another
increase the amount you take.
Well,
Oh, this is good. I didn't get a chance to
All
look
the
at
way
it.
to the bottom.
I
best.
forgot
And what you
you
want to do
told
is
me
double your dose every 3 to 6 days.
Oh my God,
You build the
no.
tolerance.
You decrease by 2.
So is that in D&D Beyond? or
Now,
is that
how
on
are
there?
you? How?
Really?
How are you going to make sure that's a sanitary area that you're inserting it?
Firstly,
We were in a
No.
Oh,
Make
you've
an
done it in
arcana check.
charges.
Gonna check.
I can't deal with this right now. I've had a very stressful day.
What did
Yeah,
you
it's a
believe?
22.
fantastic. You're able to channel the wild magic without any uncontrolled elements.
I am
Roll
literally
2d10s.
invincible.
You're not. If you got sepsis, you would die.
I'm invincible.
I don't think they have antibiotics here.
Ooh.
Want them separate? 1 and a 4.
5 in total.
5 and
Ooh.
1 and a 4 gives you
Heightened spell.
item spell.
Mm-hmm.
Cast a spell that forces the creature to make a saving throw to resist its effects. You can spend 3 sorcery points to give you 1 target of the spell disadvantage on its first saving throw made against the spell.
Okay, and
Oh, wait,
4
is
is
it actual
extend spell. For 1 sorcery point, you can double the duration of a spell.
Oh, you
Oh, I thought you didn't skip that.
you take the singular rolls then, 1 and a 4. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so you've got 2 meta magic.
Ah, I see. So it's
actions.
4 and a 1.
So
I
you're
roll.
careful.
Oh, 4 and a 1. So you've
So
got
one is
extend
careful.
spell, so you can double the length of the spell,
Excellent.
and careful spell. If you were to do like fireball,
Yes.
you could spend 1 sorcery point, and it would not affect any people you choose.
That's cool.
I haven't got that yet, but when I do, I will.
Oh. And
None of these
since
are
you've not read it yet, you can take more dragon's blood for more sorcery points, as you know. You are level 4, so you can take as much dragon's blood as you want, and there are no consequences.
Did you hear that?
But
No, there are. Sepsis is
He
a
said
consequence.
No consequence.
Who? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
There is clearly a
Talking
consequence.
to the.
Alright, ignore what I said. I didn't say anything.
you can't have more, because you're level 4, you can't have more than 4 sorcery points at a time.
Okay.
So you could take more, and you could like spend a sorcery point and take another. Like you could take 100 in a day if you wanted.
It's not about the sorcery points, man.
You've
It's just about the ride.
Oh no.
He's definitely taking some.
Hippie William.
got those 2 meta magic abilities,
bad.
or you can make a level 1 spell. If you
Yeah.
want to take more,
It was
you
like
could
this
make a
all
level
day.
2 spell.
You didn't stop
Must have been
him.
very trying.
And then if I take enough,
He was like that before the
level
drugs.
5
Yeah.
spell?
Level 5
He's worse.
spell
He's worse
costs
on the
7
If
sorcery
anything, he's
points,
quite
but you
good.
can't do that because you need
That
to
is
be
true,
level
but
7.
not really the point.
Just checking.
Did you glean anything?
We believe so.
Big Dave's quite short.
Oh,
Hopefully
well, that's
he's.
surprised.
I think he may have decided against being a drug dealer now. We had a word.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll never guess who gave Big Dave the drugs. It's only that bloody dwarf.
The vampire hunter.
He's making business for himself. He's tore a family apart.
Just for gold.
Took a girl's father away, just so he can make some money.
Disgusting. We must kill him. And fast.
I didn't know whether to tell the police, but then we role played it, and we decided that actually the police probably wouldn't be very helpful.
We'll be keen for your input.
We could role play again if you like.
Yeah? Do you want to be the police officer or the. You be yours, she'll be the police. She'll be the
I'm
police.
going to kill that dwarf.
Don't say that
Okay.
to the police.
No. Maybe if we got you a license as a bounty hunter.
Ooh, can you do that?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're guys.
No.
We're bounty hunters.
This town is a bureaucratic nightmare.
So we find a
There you
dwarf. You're saying we killed him. He has clearly done something wrong.
I'll deal with it.
I'm not opposed to murder. I mean, righteous killing. I can't let him know my true feelings.
We'll deal with him.
What did you find?
But that
I'll let
Can we
William-
cure it?
William feel
Pain
that.
and anguish and tedium.
That's
yes,
withdrawal,
withdrawals
isn't it?
do that,
Mm.
No, just
but eventually they'd go away.
academics.
Oh.
So I knew.
Just the odd professors.
We found that there is a flower, an orchid as such, that could be used medicinally to create a rampaging vampire.
Mr. Did you
expedite it? But that's about it.
did you talk to my friend in the research department?
About an antidote?
Forgot about him.
Oh, he might have put you in touch with.
Should we go back
Is it
and
a cure? Did you
I'm
find
not
a
going
cure?
back there. I'm not going back there.
Sadly, I didn't know his name.
No,
I did look through one.
I must admit, at the moment it's
We
slipped
say
by memory
acquaintance,
too.
We met him on the train, and I'm pretty sure he hates us, so I don't think we would have gone anywhere.
I thought we got on quite well. He bought me a drink.
Yeah,
Well,
he was into you.
Sounds like
Oh, wait,
he's,
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
I didn't pick
sure
up
he
on that
hated-
signal.
I'm pretty sure he hated us.
By us, do you mean you?
Well, he was drinking, by the way.
Oh,
Wherever
we're
we're
on the
bar.
street, no,
The
we're on
world
the
is
street.
my bar.
Yeah, hit flask.
This is your problem. But
No, that got stolen.
you don't take anything seriously.
Are you taking enough to get drunk? That will give you advantage on con saves, disadvantage on charisma checks.
You shouldn't be making charisma checks.
Yeah, you should be doing
I heard
charisma
the word
anyway.
advantage, so yes.
So, what I
It's getting
think
toasty.
from our research and your inquiries that, and you're certain the dwarf is
The
Oh,
dwarf
yeah.
is providing the dragon's blood, which was then sold to the
To
local
Alice. That
fangs.
makes-
We've learned a lot of the
Fangs,
lingo.
yeah, yeah.
Is a fang is
So
the
Mickey would be the-
vampire, and he was. Oh, what was the word?
it is.
No, chief, yeah, a fang chaser, that was it.
Yeah.
Mickey is a fang chaser.
I see.
But the dwarf would probably have known that and has therefore perfectly gone out to give
He's
you
a
the
bit of
drug.
a slag.
Right, yes, I did think that's about him. I've not
So he
noticed.
could be infecting more vampires. We should,
Well, there may also...
should we visit Nicky and tell him?
Could do. Don't know if he'd listen to us.
He might be...
It's probably worth doing it, actually,
his
just in case he
face
still
on
has some of that. Did he have any of that batch left?
I have no idea. I didn't ask him. He's an interesting fellow.
Probably be wise to.
Oh,
let him
also,
know.
Alice's wife doesn't like me anymore because I have to feed fed from their daughter because I thought she was sick and I could have been a corruption. But anyway, other than that, it's been quite a comfortable day.
So the dwarf is creating his own work.
Yes,
Yeah.
and tearing families apart by turning perfectly sensible vampires into rampaging monsters.
I see.
But we must find a way to
But
turn
how
it back.
do we deal with Alice?
That is the question.
Yes, we're not really any better off.
Can
are
we? So we can't cure him.
There must be a way.
Well, there is possibly, but it's beyond our.
We'd have to enlist help.
It's,
Is there any way? Could we take him in? Is there any way we could restrain him and take him to the Watchers?
Tried that last time and he nearly tore you a new one.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't want to be that guy, but
you're always that guy, William.
Yeah, fix the heating.
the easiest way would be just to kill him.
I mean, that is an option. We have two options. We either kill him or we try
When
and...
you say
I'm not saying. Yes,
when you
I'm
say
not-
easy,
I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying we could.
What has Alice done that is evil?
almost killed
I don't.
Althea.
And
Killed a lot of
nearly
animals.
murdered
he would.
me.
We surprised him. I don't think he would have attacked.
More importantly,
He doesn't seem to be seeking out humanoid prey.
That is true. Quite unusual for...
There's lots of rats.
I suppose one would say, yes, it's in self-defense when he nearly killed me.
Oh, was it you he nearly killed? Forgot.
Well, I mean, I
It
assume
was
so,
you.
but I was busy
Yeah.
being unconscious.
Oh, yeah.
You're normally unconscious anyway.
Yes, but this was
We could just
this
kill
wasn't
him.
self-inflicted.
But it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Knowing that
Knowing
he's
that
relatively
fucking
innocent,
evil dwarf that's causing all of this will walk away.
scot-free, unless
Sure,
we kill him.
living.
Is there a
I
livestock
admit I
market?
dislike the dwarf more.
Yeah, must be.
Could we not just give him animals until we figure out a cure?
We'd have to find him first and
He seems-
trap him.
He does seem to be targeting animals.
We could. Surely we could set a trap at the docks.
We
for
know
him.
where he is.
You said
Simply do nothing.
You said
What if- right.
Nosferatu lucid after feeding.
Yes, but only for a short period of time. However, when they are lucid, they are still selfish and other bits.
Difficult.
That didn't sound.
Maybe we
very
could get
Yeah,
to him. Maybe he.
it's worth a try.
William, you recall when you last encountered him, your words were having an effect, but it
Yes.
didn't seem to be a strong enough effect.
Yes. So
Let him
got
feed-
through to him, but
try
I
the-
didn't get
try the-
through to him. So
His
Tell
daughter's
him
music
it's the
again.
dwarf's fault,
Oh no, the music box.
and then we
banged
could
it.
assist him in rendering the dwarf
maybe we
less
kidnap
of a
his daughter.
threat. No, let's stop there.
You might not react well to that.
Just workshopping ideas.
I mean, the problem could take care of itself in some respects. Then.
But then we're still left with a Nosferatu,
Indeed.
who may eventually, if his mind is degrading, grow weary of rats.
But provided we don't permanently remove the dwarf straight to Ray, we might use his blood.
You're talking hobbling.
I'm
I like
oppo-
it.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
That's quite dark. That certainly falls
He
on the
killed
darker
fucking
side.
dog.
Could have been his
yes,
cousin.
of course. I thought hyenas were felonies. Sorry, it's your culture. I don't know.
So two
That
things.
certainly falls towards a darker grey of morally grey.
I agree.
You're only doing bad unto a bad person.
Does that make
Do rats make a good? I think they do. Sorry, DM.
Two things worth noting, I think. Firstly, you can do non-lethal damage and to a vampire, usually, unless they have an immunity to unconsciousness. That will work. Secondly, William, you know from your recent study of Nosferatu, it is the feeding on animals and not human blood which deepens the despair. Human blood doesn't gives them just enough to survive, but not enough to.
When we say
So-
human, do we mean any sort of sentient?
Yes,
Human
sorry, that was incredibly
I was
specious.
going to say it's
Humanoid.
very human-centric.
and Alice maybe unknowingly deepening his madness by subsisting off the rats and dogs.
But we can't feed him people.
Mickey.
I mean, Mickey
We
will
feed
look
him
for
Mickey. He wouldn't stop though, would he?
It. No, I think we feed him the dwarf.
Do we run the risk of Mickey becoming a vampire? How
As
does
you
that work?
quite rightly pointed out, I don't wish to jump on the murder train as much as I despise that creature.
The dwarf now.
Indeed.
The dwarf. What if we went to the reading group? Maybe they could assist us in some way.
I think that's
To the book club. There are vampires there, I believe.
I believe that's all that's there.
They're all the only
Oh, and
vampires
hopefully
are there.
books. Maybe books. You like books, William?
Yeah, could have the Horse of Thag
Not
3.
anymore, funny enough.
Oh.
The quote-unquote reading club is the new church of the Morning Lord.
Indeed.
It does not look like a church. It looks like a old warehouse which has been converted with
Oh, they're the happy clappy one.
a symbol of the a painted symbol of a sunrise. The symbol of the Morning Lord is at the door.
I'd like to think there were stained glass windows to our old characters there.
Yes. Oh, the warehouse.
we suppose we wait for the meeting to commence.
It is gone sunset, so now that we would presume would be the right time.
Shall we?
Yeah, we've got nothing else to do.
I think it's the last point to call.
And then we'll
I
maybe
feel
they
like
can
we've
help
exhausted
us.
most of the avenues.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's nothing dangerous about walking into a room for vampires.
Never right as in the past.
What?
No, you're right, it's never hurt us.
Yeah, I agree.
Do any of you speak Celestial?
Oh,
I do.
Do you?
common
I
giant.
do,
name.
actually. What? We've got Celestial Common and Elvish.
Good on ya.
I random rolled it, that was quite fortunate.
Let's see.
What languages do you have?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Third.
How many languages?
Well, I'm very, very intelligent.
He always did well
yes.
at language.
But no charisma.
I also have comprehend languages, so I can talk about common.
MFL. Modern fantastical languages.
Yeah,
I think this is the place.
Above the door, you see the phrase "Lux ex tenebris," which, from the study of Celestial, I was wondering if you knew it was in
Light
Latin.
out of darkness.
Yes.
Catholic school.
And the door is not locked.
Shall we enter?
Yeah.
No, I open the door and I announce it. Hello, we're here for the reading group.
There are lots of wooden chairs, not pews, but like chairs you would stack pointed towards a stage, and there is a man in vestments, bold, young looking for a priest. It's like, oh, pardon me. Of course, please enter our church.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Father.
welcome. May his light shine upon you all.
And also on you.
You say you're for the reading group?
Yes. We're aware of the sort of normal patrons. We just wish to discuss something with them of a delicate nature.
Yeah, does this bloke have fangs?
Make a. You don't need to make a check. As a paladin, you can use your divine sense.
I can.
To see if he's undead. He's human. Well,
Oh.
he is rather. He is not undead, aberration, or any of that bullshit.
He's a fang chaser.
He's a priest.
It doesn't tell you that.
All you know
We are
is
a modern church.
Yeah.
he's a priest, or he's wearing a priest's clothes,
Yes.
and he is not undead.
Okay, I like it.
Excellent.
You're aware of the nature of the reading group?
Yes. We come concerning one of its maybe errant members.
Did you enter this building with any hostile intent?
No. Not at all.
Persuasion check.
I'm not lying.
I know you're not. Hence why it's not a deception.
We all make ourselves as, not as imposing as possible.
Ooh. I'll take that. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Thank you. We wish only to offer assistance and aid where we can.
But of course, the church bars its doors to no one. But I would caution you, do not judge those who seek the light.
Oh, certainly
And he points towards the door, which is open, and there's a spiral staircase which leads downwards.
We head down the stairs. I'm making no attempt to be quiet.
Okay.
I can't conversation, so people are aware that we're arriving. Sounds good.
As you're walking down the stairs, you hear
Oh, we have a map. Oh, what do?
Mouth-weighted.
echoing voice.
And that knowing the time is nigh,
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let's put on the armour of light. Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the armour of the morning, Lord, and make not provisions for the flesh, to fulfill the lusts thereof. And as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see a man who has been reading from a book, close the book, look upon him. And there were three people. The one who was standing, they sat in a circle. There was only 3 chairs. And he looks at you somewhat surprised. He is wearing a suit, essentially.
Do I recognise the passage he was reading?
Make a religion check.
Oh God!
This never comes.
I don't think
up.
I've ever done this.
Actual religion.
Oh,
No.
6.
I'm going to use my advantage.
Okay.
It really doesn't know. That was.
It's from the Book of Dawn, you know.
Yes.
Which is part of the faith of the Morning Lord, obviously.
Obviously, I hope I'd recognise the passage. Please don't mind me. I'm not familiar with that part of the Book of the Dawn. Please carry on.
I just finished, actually.
Hello.
Can we help you?
Yes, I'm out there, and these are my companions there. Don't mind him so much. We come offering and asking for your assistance, as it were. We understand maybe one of your members has not attended for a while.
First, I'll make an insight check. So, the man standing is giving you quite a poker face. Say he's well dressed, and he has dark hair which is cut short, and he's very pallid expression.
Dark hair is strong.
There is another man sitting down who looks at you with a glint of anger in his eyes. That he feels you're unwelcome. He's also wearing a suit and has a kind of short-cut blonde hair. And there is a woman, the third individual in this group, who's dark-skinned and is looking at you not with anger, but with a hunger.
Ooh. All 3 vampires.
Don't know how often you can use your ability, but if 3 times,
Yeah.
yes, there. You detect 3 undead in this room.
Finally.
Oh God, is it Surely it's which one of them's human? I'm sorry if you feel that we're intruding. It's really not our intention. We wish to speak to you about Alice.
What do you wish to discuss?
Well, we have reason to believe that he's not in a very good way, as it were, and we wanted to assist him however we can. But there's a current threat. Where do I go with? There's a threat to maybe those of you who seek delight. There's a dwarf currently who is seeking out your kind. He's providing poisoned dragon's blood, which we think may have had a effect on Alice.
Make a persuasion check.
Very earnest about all of this.
You were, yeah.
A little bit into. Oh no! I wish I'd saved that
That one.
inspiration.
What my friend was saying.
I'm so sorry. I'm come over all shy.
As you're speaking, the man sitting down kind of gets up and the man stands up. Find your peace. I know not what they say.
All right.
Yes. Really, look, I'm struggling over my words. Basically, we think Alice has drank some contaminated blood, and he's now become Nosferatu, and there's a dwarf that's out to kill vampires in the docks.
Who gave him the poisoned drugs, which caused him to be the Nosferatu.
There is a threat to the balance of peace, I think is what Althea is trying to say.
Those were the words, yes.
Nicely
That's
put.
what I wanted, yes.
Yes.
Nicely
And
put.
we, as an invested interest as part of the Tuxford institution, would hate to see bloodshed on the streets, and certainly not persecution against those that are somewhat different.
At the mention of bloodshed, the dark-skinned woman licks her lips.
Poor choice of phrase, my apologies, but we might as well be playing with each other. I take no offence or cast no aspersion for the way you are.
But you wouldn't get any blood out of this.
Were any of you aware of Alice's proclivities with a certain gentleman?
There is like a low growl coming from the man, and they're not responding well to your questions.
Should we go?
We just thought we should warn you of what's going on.
We're trying to help.
What compelled you to come?
His poor daughter.
And his wife. They are suffering.
That dwarf has tore that family apart for his own profit and ruined the life of Alice, who by all accounts sounds like, besides a few moral missteps, quite an upstanding fellow.
Persuasion check.
Better.
Ooh, much better.
There is a lot you do not know about us. And there is a lot you do not know about us.
I wouldn't want to presume.
Take a seat.
Thank you. Shuffle into seat.
Markova, Edgar, please.
Did he say Edgar?
Take 5. I will talk to our guests about it, if that's okay.
Popular name. And you are, sorry?
I had a name, my brain has gone blank.
Not
Andrew.
Andrew. Sounds like the saint.
Indeed.
Yeah.
After we baptize ourselves, we take on new names.
And Edgar.
The names which were cried out by our victims in the night, no longer appropriate for our new lives in the light. And so we take the names of saints of the morning.
Please regale us with your tale.
Do you have any refreshments?
Donuts?
Tea.
You don't eat.
Oh yeah.
And nothing for the death thing. But
Apologies for my compatriot.
Did I understand you went to a drinking establishment and ordered a soda and not?
Yeah, but they gave me tea.
Speaking of, just really, we'll put our cards on the table. We were asked to deal with a potential unregistered vampire in the docks. Now, we would like to interpret deal with as the least murderous way possible. In fact, possibly return to some semblance of their normal life would be our preference. Yes, that's the word.
Not a cure. We're trying to
Not
help.
vampirism, but of his current state.
His corruption.
there is only one cure, and that is by accepting his life.
Yes, but say he had become a Nosferatu, how easy is it to accept the light of the Morning Lord in that state?
It depends upon the tribulations of his soul. If he is still open to the light of the morning Lord, he may return to us.
And
Else, he must lend himself to a stake in the heart.
seems quite.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid
That's
that for the
all
sake of his child and his wife.
You
It
said
may be necessary.
there was a lot we didn't know about Alex.
You come here thinking he is a welcome member of our living group, but it is not fair to say, for indeed, I often had acrimonious conversations with Alice.
What? And regarding what, if you don't mind me asking?
He sought to recruit me and my congregation into more militant ways.
Against militant against who?
The night.
So to take up active arms against other vampires and inhabitants of the night.
I advised him that the only path to salvation is to disperse with weaponry anger. But he believed that path was naivety.
To what end do you want you to take up arms against the night? What was he looking to achieve?
We should organize, mobilize, publicize our views, recruit more, and oppose the laws of the night. We strike a fine balance, being welcome here in this house of twilight. We could go to no other church in this city for its sanctified ground, but here we are welcome. We acknowledge that hospitality extends only so far. We must find inner salvation before we spread our views upon others. And he had not found inner salvation. He sought to pacify his soul in many places, not all of them conducive to peace.
Sounds like Mickey's house.
Yeah.
I know this person. Before Alice joined our group, we would often have to ask him to leave.
As we've heard, he enjoyed the attention of vampires.
In truth, some of my congregation would have fell victim to his seductions. Do you understand? We are creatures of darkness which are choosing to walk in the light, and that is a painful existence.
I can imagine. Difficult.
The baptism we go through burns our flesh, and yet it is a vital step to washing away our sins.
I can only imagine the difficulty. So, unless he chooses salvation for himself, you fear we may have no recourse but the stick.
He may, in the darkest moment, he may be lured back to the path of the light. If he were to hear the words of the morning Lord, the prayers he had written. We have a specific prayer which helps us regain our focus and fight our temptations.
Could you share that with us?
Of course. And he takes out a passage of the Book of Dawn. That he would grant unto us that we be delivered out of the hands of our enemies, might serve him without fear. I will send this in.
Thank you.
In holiness and righteous before him all the days of our life, and thou, child, shall be called a prophet of the highest. For thou shalt go before the face of dawn and prepare his way, to give knowledge of salvation unto his people by the remission of their sins, through the tender mercy of our Lord, whereby the day spring from on high hath visited us, to give light to them that sit in darkness, and in the shadow of death, to guide their feet to the way of peace. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, and was in the forest till the day of his shewing in Barovia.
I really thought it was going to be a little like witty saying or something. That's going to be hard to shout.
Short and sweet. If you
Yeah.
are short on time, the last three passages are the most evocative of the
Okay.
spirit.
I feel like
We should learn that.
the whole thing,
Mm.
of course. Fascinating.
Thank you so much for welcoming us into your confidence with this. How
And for permitting us access, you know.
How? Sorry.
No, I was going to say, as Alice has turned into a Nosferatu, is there any way that you can track him down and help us to find him, to bring him back to the law, to the light? Is there assistance you could lend?
My place is here. If he finds it within himself to return to the light, then I can shepherd him further.
Okay. And what was I going to ask? And you and your congregation, you will be safe from the dwarf, the vampire hunter.
Good question. You do know of him, we assume?
I appreciate your concern.
Be cautious of
Make an insight check.
the drugs.
Yes.
Hope you roll better than I did.
Alright.
11.
12.
Can't use my
So I did.
passive.
Just.
That's terrible. He almost looks prideful when he says, "We are safe from his grasps. Others would not have fallen if this hunter did not have to rely on poison to catch his prey."
Okay.
Simple life.
Yes. Don't suppose you keep tabs on him, do you? Do you know where we could find him?
Alice.
Or the dwarf?
I know neither.
They do say death is the reward of sin. I just hope that is not the case here.
Is there any other advice you have for us as we seek to save your friend?
Just this. Though he may be in the clutches of darkness, if you are forced to end his existence, I'm certain he would thank you if you were able.
Understood.
Of course, we'll try everything within our power not to.
A steak sounds quicker. But
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Andrew. We'll leave you and your congregation in peace. Thank you. Yeah. Leave. Well, I leave. I don't know. You.
Yeah, we leave.
Get the fuck out of there.
Do we need to have a long rest and then go to the sewers, or is it because it's night time? Should we just head straight there? What prep do we want to do?
Well,
Consider this.
I assume we're talking about this on the way out.
Yeah.
In the room with them.
no. We're leaving.
At night, he would
feeding, correct.
If we were to encounter him in the day, we might know he would be
We should be
at rest.
sleeping, shouldn't we? Yeah. Or do you reckon we could manacle him?
So we
Not-
either encounter him whilst he sleeps or whilst he feeds.
Well, I'm thinking
Sleep is preferable.
the problem we have is Nosferatu feed until the death of their prey.
And the animals is making him worse than if it was human.
So we need
We
to
need a
offer
big
him
animal.
a sentient
Yeah.
creature.
Yes.
But the issue there is, who would be willing to sacrifice themselves to give him that clarity?
Perhaps Nicky.
Then we could have, but his
There's no-
poisoned blood.
How long is the poison? Well, I don't know how long it lasts in the system for.
Can we be sure he's only taken the clean dragon's blood that you've provided him with?
No,
If that is
that was
clean.
a kind service I did for him.
Do
but,
we?
no.
Do we? I know. I was not very happy about that. you would be less so. Don't tell him.
What are the what are the yeah, well, exactly? That's what the drugs do. How long do they last?
The effect of the drugs.
How long would it stay in the blood? Do you know?
17 years now.
Well, it sort of depends on your sort of like personal resistance. An experienced user like I,
That's no reason to boast.
it's well, it's pretty impressive. Do I-
William
do
is
I-
absolutely right.
That's like
It
calling
depends
it-
on the dosage, the individual's
weight and height.
weight, height, kidneys, hydration.
I am a smart addict.
And as was pointed out, it depends if he's continuing to take it. Presuming your theory is
The
correct.
more you take, the more potent.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Actually, I should tell you that. No, you take the same amount every time. It's
What
fine.
are you telling me?
Nothing. Oh,
Is
what's
there,
that?
is there some credence?
We
behind,
just spoke to 3 of them. Sorry,
I know.
Admiral.
is there any credence behind the idea then that we might be able to
We should.
enlist Mickey's?
I don't know. The issue we have is, I feel we need him to have a moment of lucidity,
Mhm.
which we will, from what we can gather, he'll only get after he's fed from a humanoid.
Of course.
We then, I think we should hit him with everything we've got. So the passage from the Book of the Dawn, the music box.
I will start to memorise the passages.
Yeah.
we get.
Yeah.
The music box. We should lead with that as well.
Yes.
But
Music.
how do we ensure, unless the dwarf?
Oh, we want to use him as bait.
Yes.
Could do. I wouldn't lose much sleep over it.
So it would be rather poetic, would it not?
There's a nice
I fear it's making the
symmetry,
DM too happy.
but it makes me slightly uncomfortable.
I am
Yes,
loving
yes,
the
murder.
moral quandary.
Yes, yes, murder, no drugs.
It's not murder, is it? who am I murdering? I've not murdered anyone.
No, and the gentleman in
Freedom
question.
count.
Yeah, the gentleman in question is a
You don't know about that. You don't know
murderous scumbag. So.
I agree.
Um,
I'm not against the
He's
idea.
not
It
clean.
also means we have to deal with
All I know
the
is-
hunter.
it's
Skilled-ish.
unfortunate that say the dwarf may nobly offer himself in this endeavour, but he did tear a family apart.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I'm happy with someone who's willing to let a little girl grow up without a family, because that has an effect.
Yeah.
So let's find this dwarf.
I agree. She might end up in the touch for this, but we don't want
What are you trying to say?
that. Nothing.
I think that's
The
a
upbringing was
sensible
lacking in some aspects, like affection, but it turned out okay.
You,
idea. I think we have as many of the
William, on
tools
the
as
other
we
hand.
possibly could.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much more we can know.
No.
The question, yeah, we are trying to stun the dwarf, aren't we? We're taking him captive.
We've got the music box, haven't we?
Yes, that's for the vampire. Yeah. For the dwarf, though, we
Don't
could
be
try
not
hold
unconscious.
person, and then you could manacle him, or we could just grapple him,
This
or
time I will not pull my punches.
pummel him
Attack me
into
again.
unconsciousness, I guess.
We need to find the dwarf first, of course. The issue.
Yes. But might be in the sewers again, trying to trap him.
I'll put my ear to the ground, see if I can find out
Where do we want-
anything.
Where do I go?
Sensible.
I have.
Good way to
Yeah.
track a dwarf. Put
So
your ear to
obviously-
the ground.
They are short. Well, I hear hammers.
It's time to get any last supplies from
I
what
have
we-
a feature DM
Yes.
because of my urban bounty hunter background.
Background. Fucking dwarf.
Oh.
As training where I would have contacts in places.
Interesting.
So it could come in, so they provide information about people and places of the local area.
Okay.
Would it be possible to maybe reach out to a contact, maybe an old contact from the Tuxford Institute? maybe if there were
Criminal underworld, rough and tumble folk in the street on the high street.
maybe if there was an old net of informers that the Tuxedo Institute had set up, maybe I.
So you
I would
reach
know
out
ciphers.
to your underground informant of criminal background.
I'm not comfortable with that. But yes.
You're a criminal?
No, I'm not.
What are you doing? I didn't expect to see you so soon.
Hey, it's you. Hello, David. How are you?
Well,
Did you have a nice long think about your future?
I was a bit inspired for a while, but then I thought I'd go back to being a drug dealer.
Okay, you're not selling the poison skag though, are you?
Well, I was promised some new stuff.
Did you not give him that?
No, because he aspired to be something greater than a drug dealer.
Oh, for God's sake. Look, I was just wondering, that dwarf who gave you it, because you know you've got this connection now to us. Do you know where where we might be able to find the dwarf at all?
Well, I asked him if I ever wanted to find him again, where I should look for, and he said that he lives underground, which I thought was a joke because account of him being a dwarf.
Yes. It's
But then
sad
when
when
I
he's
did-
internalised the racism like that.
Yeah, well then when I did see him again, he
It
came
was
up
underground.
stinking of sewage, and anytime people said they've seen him, he doesn't have like a residence nearby, and he just comes up for food. I literally think he lives underground.
It was
Talk
so
about taking
strange.
things literally.
That's so strange. Thank you so much for your time, David. Please do rethink your life, because I think you could aspire to so much more.
Can I have them drugs, please?
I don't.
Oh, I don't have to say no to him now. I can say nicely.
I'm going to walk
I'll
away.
slip, I'll
from
slip
this.
him a little bag.
I'm not getting
You slip him a little bag.
Yeah, I'll give him a little bag. He was too nice.
Here's your coat.
Yeah, here you go, son.
Mama always said melons go far.
Yeah, they do. And it costs nothing.
What was that? You're becoming a butler. Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, David. Have a lovely evening.
What was
Think
your
about what
name
I-
again?
Althea,
Nice to meet you,
true
Althea.
name.
and you as well.
Hey, I don't suppose you want to buy, I've recently come into possession of, some stuffed ferrets.
Some ferrets.
Stuffed ferrets, not like live ferrets, like,
Why have you got stuffed ferrets there? Where did you get stuffed ferrets from?
let's just say they fell off the back of a wagon, but like,
You should return those to their owner, shouldn't you?
well,
Are they nice ferrets then?
they're very good, they'll complete the ambience of any
Why is it
ritual
what-
place.
What use do they have?
I mean, they might
Decorative primarily, so I suppose anything you want a stuffed ferret for.
So
I'll
they're
tell you what, I like your can-do attitude. If you, how much are they?
He doesn't know. It's his birthday. Come on. Look at him.
I'll tell you what,
5 silver.
for the pair,
yeah.
Make a persuasion check. The DC will not be high.
Yeah, let's say you buy one get one free.
what if I give you 6 silver and you deliver them to the Institute for me?
Bargain.
There you go, thank you very much. I hope this is a new lucrative line of business for you. Don't spend that money on skag. He's totally spending it.
he's not gonna make
I'll invest this into my drug
He's
business.
smoking it out of the
Oh my god, am I helping you launder his money?
Well, you just bought stolen goods.
Oh wait, yes. Oh,
A fair taxidermy is
I
a
didn't think
slippery
this
slope.
through.
This is the moral ambiguity I wanted in this campaign. What's the greater crime? Buying drugs or buying stolen goods to stop someone selling
Yes.
drugs?
But he did say they fell off the back of a wagon, so if they fell, then that's like
not
finders
his
keepers,
fault.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's not his
That's-
fault.
That's, the police would say that.
How possibly could you find the real owner?
Maybe that's a side quest. Maybe there's like an autograph underneath and we have to return them. We'll have a look. Right, so thank you, David.
To the sewer. Or do we want
I
to
was-
get? Do we need any supplies prior?
Do you want to like seal yourself up somehow?
Have you already stitched yourself up?
Control it,
Just so it doesn't go inside, because
but
that,
there's
that
a
did
lot-
linger.
There's a lot here that
Could you, maybe a wrap or so? That the smell lingered.
do what I can, but I'm afraid there are holes that will always be holes.
Not if you
talking
need
animal
enough bread.
It looks far worse than anything you've got, I'll tell you now.
I hope you've not been lucky.
Yeah.
This is become very strange. I feel uncomfortable there.
As I say, I think any last preparations before we
Would it, well,
make our way down.
might just need to go for a wee.
Doing a long rest.
No, it's not sanitary in the sewer.
Yeah, don't do it whilst you're covered in shit.
Yeah, well, no, I'll do it before we get it on.
Alright. Should we head on down then?
Well,
What would you like?
no, I think we have everything.
We could use the street entrance.
Yes.
We've had a long day.
I prefer that, and I imagine that's also where the what the dwarf is using. To the street entrance.
Okay, are you taking short rest on this? If you do, your drugs will wear off. You
I
can always take more.
don't
I
need.
don't need one.
How long are we playing for?
That is exactly the question.
Because I would be quite happy having a slightly earlier night because I'm fucking tired. But
If there's potential combat, that's going to be a long thing.
Gods and Sable, what happens in the sewer is going to be the end of this story.
Big
The
finale.
resolution. I'm not quite sure how. I'm not. I'm interested to see how it's going to resolve. But
in all honesty, I'd rather do it next session without.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
No,
If you're
I
tired, sir.
suspect. Yeah, I think that's going to be excellent. So, any short rest, any buying or selling? You've not bought any money.
We haven't got
Yeah,
any-
we're
I'd
breastplate
like
to
to
sell.
sell my breastplate. Breastplate.
Well, we've got drugs. We could sell
Is that the one you
one
had made specially?
Yeah.
And you've
Which
not
it turned
wear
out it didn't need.
Did I have it made specially?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was made specially.
Cost us, I think, half our gold.
Well, I can't wear it.
I can wear it. It just doesn't improve my 80. Would you like to wear it?
Yeah.
I was under pressure. I arrived late.
I
You
know.
were
I
over
was
Discord.
my AC, I doubt.
That was it. I was online. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
My fault.
So,
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I'm happy to keep it. It
You know what, you can-
accentuates.
Nah, sell
if
it.
there's anything you want to do, we can do that between sessions, and you can
Yeah.
have a
Yes.
think
As I say,
about your plan.
we've left the church with a bit of a last dash around.
Have you decided as a group
What do you mean?
what you are going to do with Kaski?
Alice,
Yeah, I was about to say the fuck's Kasky, sorry.
Do we have a stake, just in case?
Yeah.
We should probably have a stake
I've
each,
got a
just
stake.
for an insurance.
I mean,
Are you
I
prepared to
feel like
kill
we
him?
wanted to bring
We are
him in
prepared
alive.
to, but we
want
do
to.
not want
we
to.
want to bring him in.
If push came to shove, we would kill him.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't question it. No, not even.
Yeah,
hesitate
but
one
we're not
second.
going in there with that being the objective.
Because he tried to kill me.
Yeah, the objective is turn him around. We're not certain how to do that yet.
You just talk to that.
I think we've got a sound plan.
We have a sound
We trap
plan.
the dwarf. We offer the dwarf to Alice.
Yeah,
He drains the dwarf. He has a moment of lucidity. During that, we hit him with the prayer of the morning Lord
And the music.
and the music box. We start talking about his daughter,
Bring him
how he's
back
come
around.
home, how he could do better than Mickey. He can do so much better. He needs to go home to his wife. And then I'm sure
I
that'll.
assume this isn't taking place in the Burnt Sailor because you just spoke to Big Dave round the back, yeah.
No, we're in the
We're at this entrance of the
we're
street.
just in the street. We're
Okay,
just in the street.
Sorry.
not,
We got a booth.
not the bedroom underneath his wife and daughter.
Well, we'll if that doesn't work, we'll stake
stake him
him.
in there.
We'll stake him.
Go round, kill Phil.
I
Go to the Winchester.
Yeah.
Wait for it all to blow
Yeah.
I don't think this. will
Can
work.
Knowles look up?
up. Big Dave said so.
Oh, God, he's fair.
He is connected.
As a word of advice, if you were forced to fight him, it might behoove you to think about how one might fight a
Yes.
dangerous
Which is why-
vampire.
Us running
your
down
current
there in the
level.
dark is probably a bad idea straight away.
So you're saying we could do this in the daytime?
Well, I just think running straight to the sewer now is a bad call. I think we need to have a conversation.
What happened to Mr. Quickly, we're running out of time. Do it more quickly.
Very
What's
true.
going to happen tonight? I'm like, as players, you should like strategically
Yes.
think.
Yeah,
What
This is
what
happening.
happens if your plan doesn't work?
but I'm saying we don't just walk into that sewer not knowing what we're going to do.
No.
So we need to think about that as we open the
I
grate.
feel like we didn't really have a plan.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
it's-
I think I said it.
We trapped the dwarf.
I don't really feel like we have a very good.
Why do you always have to be so
So
disparaging?
negative.
What are you bringing to the table?
Don't say drugs.
What's your idea? Go on, you give me your plan.
I don't know what to do.
I am not adverse
Why don't we do nothing?
to immobilising the dwarf.
Then
as
more
well.
people die. Does anyone have any
Terrible as
any?
it was.
Let's have a look. What can we do? I can hit things. I'm quite good at that. I've practiced quite hard at hitting things. I can
If I
also.
prepare some spells, I could. Fuck.
I can. We've got protection from good and evil.
I think we have time for a rest for that.
Well, I'm a spell.
One willing
short,
creature.
so I could take-
So
I could
basically,
create a bonfire.
Good.
what I'll do is, if it all goes a bit hairy, I'll protect you from good and evil.
Excellent.
So then the undead can't touch you.
Perfect.
Um,
Well, that's it.
that's basically all my spells do at this moment. Except fire.
That's basically it.
I'm just going to do a lot of drugs.
We can talk about this between sessions. I just wanted to plan that in your head.
Yeah.
And
I mean, as if we hadn't learned it from
What
the
if
first campaign.
it-
I
we
don't want you to
Goes
repeat any mistakes from the
tits
previous.
up.
Yeah.
Because the mistake you made last time was you went looking for the vampire and you found the vampire and then you died.
Yeah.
Some
So what happens if you find the vampire? Anyway,
Yes.
good session, guys.
Yeah,
I
very good session,
really
man.
enjoyed that.
Very good session.
GG, GG,
GG.
GG round.